In a universe governed by the laws of cause and effect and the flow of energy, every gift we receive is not merely a tangible object, but a thread of connection imbued with deep intentions and vibrations. According to Buddhist philosophy, there are gifts that transcend being mere tokens of generosity. Instead, they act as seeds that can sow unease, disrupt the spirit, and draw us into a vortex of negative energy. Such gifts, whether given with good intentions or hidden motives, have the potential to impact our inner balance and spiritual journey. Have you ever paused to reflect? Is the gift you're receiving truly harmless? Or is it a doorway to unforeseen consequences? To safeguard our inner harmony, ancient teachings remind us of 10 types of gifts we should never accept. Perhaps you've been gifted an item born from malicious intent, an artifact carrying ill omens, or even an object haunted by painful memories. These gifts are more than material possessions. They are conduits of energy that can entangle us in unpredictable situations, sometimes shattering the peace we have painstakingly cultivated. Let's explore this list together, from items belonging to the deceased, objects tied to another's karmic burdens, to illicit gifts or those steeped in desires. You may be surprised to learn how seemingly innocent items can harm your spirit and hinder your spiritual growth. Don't miss the opportunity to delve deeply into how the gifts we accept can shape our destiny and soul. Stay tuned until the end of this video to uncover a transformative perspective where ancient wisdom illuminates every decision in modern life. Are you ready to protect yourself from the unseen influences of such gifts? The journey to discovering inner peace begins right here. There are gifts, no matter how glamorous or appealing they may appear, that carry an invisible burden, touching the very core of our moral values and soul. Gifts originating from illegitimate sources, such as money gained through corruption or fraud, or items that encourage destructive habits like cigarettes or hard liquor, are not merely material objects. They embody the energy of injustice, desire, and negativity that can erode your spiritual balance. Accepting such a gift is akin to opening the door to inner conflict as you inadvertently condone or support actions that go against the moral values you hold dear. In the light of Buddhist wisdom, this is not merely about accepting or rejecting a gift, but an opportunity to affirm your integrity and the ethical path you are pursuing. The solution is simple yet profound. Politely decline as a declaration to the universe that you value your principles more than any gift. For not every gift is a blessing. Some are lessons in resilience and the safeguarding of one's soul. In Buddhist philosophy, everything in this world carries its own energy field, reflecting the karma and consciousness of both the creator and the user. Superstitious gifts, such as cursed dolls, enchanted talismans, or objects tied to negative spiritual rituals, are not mere material possessions. They are often associated with notions of control, fear, and at times, malevolent energies. Accepting such gifts without understanding their origins or significance may inadvertently open the door to negative energies, disrupting the peace within your soul and steering you away from the path of righteousness. The Buddha taught that the human mind is like a clear mirror, reflecting the world around it. If the mind is tranquil, it remains unmoved by adversity or negative energies. However, if the mind becomes polluted by fear and superstition, it is we ourselves who create suffering, not because of external objects, but due to the restless and deluded thoughts within. Dark objects often stir emotions such as anxiety, doubt, or even ignorant fear, leading us into delusion and obscuring the true nature of all things. Thus, mindfulness and awareness play a crucial role in facing such situations. The wise do not hastily judge or outright reject such objects, but neither do they accept them lightly. Instead, they calmly recognize the impermanent and illusory nature of these items, ensuring their minds remain undisturbed and unbound by superstitious notions. Declining these items is not an act of coldness or disrespect, but an expression of compassion and self-preservation against unwholesome influences. Gifts bearing negative symbols, such as frightening imagery, violent depictions, or representations of darkness and conflict, are not merely inanimate objects. They carry vibrations that can influence our soul and living space. When we accept such gifts, we inadvertently invite unsettling energies into our homes, disrupting the inherent harmony and making inner peace harder to achieve. The Buddha taught that our mind is the source that shapes the world. When the mind is oriented toward peace and compassion, everything around us becomes pure, like a calm lake reflecting the bright moon. Conversely, when we allow negative symbols to surround us, our minds are more easily tainted, fostering anger, fear, and hopelessness. I suspect the reason is that our eyes tend to focus on the negative and wary of the danger. Violent or aggressive imagery doesn't just disturb physical spaces, it sows unwholesome seeds in our consciousness, drawing us into cycles of dissatisfaction, suspicion, and distance from the path of mindfulness. Therefore, a wise person must discern and avoid gifts with negative connotations. Declining such items is not a rejection of the relationship, but a way to preserve a pure mind and protect the living space from unhealthy influences. Instead of letting negative imagery take over, choose symbols that represent peace, happiness, and positivity, like the pure lotus flower, the free-flying bird, or images of loving moments. Such symbols not only bring tranquility to our hearts, but also radiate positive energy to those around us. Inappropriate gifts, such as dead plants, sharp decorative items, or unsettling figures, can carry heavy energies that disrupt the flow of harmony and peace in a home. These items not only disturb the balance of the physical space, but also affect the mind, sowing seeds of unease, anxiety, and tension. The Buddha taught that everything in life is interconnected through dependent origination, existing and influencing each other within a web of cause and effect. Even a small item, seemingly harmless, can act as a key that opens or closes the doors of energy in our lives. A dead plant, for instance, conveys a sense of gloom, symbolizing stagnation and a decline in vitality. Similarly, sharp or angular objects activate conflicting energies, often causing feelings of stress, discord, or even evoking a sense of threat or harm. For this reason, practitioners of mindfulness and wisdom must carefully consider before accepting any gift. Declining items that do not harmonize with one's living space is not a rejection of affection, but a responsible action to preserve peace and positive energy. The living space is a sanctuary where the soul retreats for solace and renewal. It should be maintained with balance and harmony, reflecting the mindfulness of its inhabitants. Gifts that are damaged or broken, such as a cracked mirror or a shattered porcelain vase, are often seen as symbols of incompleteness and disharmony. They not only disrupt the flow of positive energy, but can also instill feelings of unease, anxiety, or even suggest an omen of misfortune in a relationship. The Buddha teaches that all things in life are impermanent, nothing remains eternally whole or unchanged. However, giving a gift that is no longer intact carries a specific message. A lack of care, attention, or a subtle reminder of cracks in the relationship. A cracked mirror, for instance, is not just an unusable object, but also represents distorted images, making it difficult to reflect truth and clarity. A broken vase might imply separation or challenges in maintaining wholeness. Receiving such items, even unintentionally, can influence the living space and the mind with negative vibrations. According to Feng Shui and spiritual beliefs, damaged objects harbor negative energy, disrupting balance not only in the physical space, but also in relationships and mental states. Items like knives, scissors, or anything symbolizing cutting are often approached with caution in relationships between giver and receiver. In the realm of symbolic thinking, these items are not merely practical tools, but carry deeper implications of division, separation, or endings. This stems from the belief that the form and function of an object can implicitly communicate meanings or emotions tied to the relationship. When a gift inherently associated with cutting is given, even with good intentions or no specific thought behind it, it may inadvertently stir concerns or doubts about the stability of the bond between the two parties. Instead of symbolizing connection, the gift might unintentionally suggest the opposite, a sign of disruption or a break. This perspective is not limited to cultural beliefs or customs, but reflects a fundamental psychological principle in relationships. Harmony thrives on elements that unite rather than those that risk breaking delicate balances. The impact of symbolism in daily life should not be underestimated, as it affects how people perceive and navigate their relationships. Refusing a gift with connotations of separation is not a rejection of the giver, but a way of safeguarding the foundation of the relationship. This is not about the material object itself, but about maintaining balance and harmony, avoiding the introduction of energies or meanings that may destabilize the relationship. Every object is believed to carry its own energy, capable of influencing the balance of a living space. Gifts, such as dead plants, sharp-edged decorations, or statues evoking unease, are considered unsuitable for maintaining harmony in the environment. Even when given with good intentions, these items may inadvertently introduce discordant energy, disrupting the natural, positive flow of qi.
The essence of a living space lies in the synergy between people and their environment, where every object contributes to a shared energy network.
When an item disrupts or opposes this balanced flow, it not only affects the physical space, but also impacts the emotional state and inner peace of its inhabitants. Refusing gifts that do not align with the harmony of the space is not a rejection of the giver, but a protective measure for the internal equilibrium of the living environment. This perspective emphasizes not just the form of an object, but its energetic resonance, ensuring that every item supports stability and long-term prosperity. According to the philosophy of balance between humans and their living spaces, every item should serve a purpose or carry specific meaning to maintain energy flow. Gifts that are unnecessary or lack a clear use, even if emotionally significant or aesthetically pleasing, can become a burden. They occupy physical space and accumulate stagnant energy, disrupting the natural and balanced dynamics of the environment. Objects in a space are not inert. They actively shape the energy flow. When an item lacks a clear purpose or remains unused, it transitions from being beneficial to becoming an obstruction. This not only wastes resources, but also creates unnecessary clutter, diminishing clarity and focus in daily life. Declining impractical gifts is not a rejection of goodwill, but a commitment to simplicity and prioritizing what truly matters. This is about more than physical space. It reflects a lifestyle choice to respect resources, maintain harmony, and preserve only those elements that actively contribute to a fulfilling life. In simplicity, energy is freed, and the living space becomes a sanctuary for growth and sustainability. Every gift carries the imprint of the giver's emotional state. A gift given in a moment of frustration, anger, or discontent may unknowingly transfer unfavorable energy into the recipient's space. This is not about the material value of the gift, but the invisible energy it brings, something that can affect the mental and emotional balance of the receiver. Objects are extensions of the giver's thoughts, emotions, and intentions. When a gift carries traces of negative emotions, it can act as a source of disruptive energy, affecting not only the individual, but also their surroundings. Feelings of unease, stagnation, or tension may gradually arise, even if not immediately apparent. Refusing such gifts is not a rejection of the relationship, but a step to safeguard positivity and balance. It reflects respect for one's energy and living space, emphasizing the importance of only accepting what aligns with positive energy flows. This choice transcends logic and becomes an intuitive act of ensuring harmony and well-being. In social relationships, gifting is more than a material exchange. It reflects the degree of intimacy and mutual understanding. Overly personal gifts, such as underwear or items related to private spaces, can cross appropriate boundaries, especially when given by those with whom one does not share a close bond. Such gifts may cause discomfort or be perceived as a subtle intrusion into the recipient's private sphere. Personal space, both physical and emotional, is a sanctuary for individual freedom and balance. Gifts that do not match the level of closeness in a relationship can compromise this boundary, creating awkwardness or even feelings of unease. Instead of bringing joy or positive meaning, these items may introduce discordant energy and disrupt communication. Declining overly personal gifts is not a rejection of the giver's goodwill, but a way of maintaining clear boundaries in communication. It ensures that gifting remains within the framework of appropriateness and mutual respect. In the philosophy of harmony, a gift only holds value when it strengthens understanding and connection, rather than creating invisible barriers in relationships. Refusing a gift is not equivalent to rejecting the giver's goodwill. It is a way of honoring yourself and your living space. Thoughtfully consider and listen to your intuition, choosing to keep only what truly aligns with your values and energy. Every item you choose to retain is more than a possession. It is a source of energy shaping your life. Let everything around you reflect the positivity, harmony, and peace you strive for. Thank you for reading, and remember to share these insights with those around you.